What's up everybody, welcome back to the Art of Crypto, the birthplace of absolutely legendary gains. In this video, we will be taking yet another look at Bitcoin because we all know that whatever Bitcoin does, everything else will follow. Now, if you watched the video that I posted yesterday about Bitcoin, you would know that I was calling for a dump, right? And in fact, it did happen, which is brilliant. But before we get into it, if you watched that video that I posted yesterday about Bitcoin, you would have been prepared for this dump and you 100% would not have lost any money in this dump if you just watched yesterday's video until the end. In fact, a lot of the things that I've said in yesterday's video are still quite valid. So if you haven't yet watched that video, go check it out. Because on the 4-hourly chart, if you look at market Cipher right now, we have not formed an anchor wave, right? At the time of posting yesterday's video, we have not formed an anchor wave, and now we have. So I was calling for another dump. In fact, I was also saying that because momentum is shifting downwards, we are 100% gonna get an anchor wave. And look what happened. Brilliant, innit? So seriously, if you're serious about crypto and you're not doing your own analysis, you have to pay attention when people who know what they're doing are doing that analysis. Don't be someone that has like a short attention span and not watch through the whole video. It's just, do you even value your money and your investments? But anyways, I digress. So what's next for Bitcoin? So here is what I'm looking for. Because we have already formed an anchor wave, I always like to say that an anchor wave is a bottom and not the bottom. In fact, we might not even be done with this dump yet. I'm giving you the bearish scenario right now. So if we use Elliott's impulse wave theory, we can see that, in fact, this is just wave 3 right now. Wave 3 tends to always be the longest. Whoops, that is an alert. So based on Elliott's impulse wave theory, wave 3 is always the longest. And this recovery wave might come up to here or here at about 52.5k level. But right now it seems as though, it does appear as though we are getting rejected off of this level. But 100%, I would either draw the fourth wave at either this level or this level right here. For now, I'll just draw it here because we already have some data. And then the next wave will probably bring us down here before we finally get an ABC correction. So something like this. I'm not saying this is exactly what is going to happen. This is the bearish scenario, but I do want to give you this scenario because impulse waves, they tend to be quite valid, let's just say. And besides that, here is the other thing that I'm looking at on market Cipher, which is that at the moment, remember how I said that an anchor wave is not the bottom, but it is a bottom. So here's what I'm getting right now. Notice how, even though we have had a very, very deep anchor wave, right now we are sort of coming down, which means what market Cipher is likely to do, right? And by the way, guys, I called this spot on yesterday. I called this, like, if you would have just paid attention, you would have avoided all of this downside, man. And you would have been prepared to buy the dips. So what's going to happen next is market Cipher is probably going to do something like this. Okay, so this is what we call a trigger wave, because an anchor wave is a very deep wave and a trigger wave is a less deep wave, which indicates that the momentum is shifting higher. But even though we know that a trigger wave is going to happen, and I guarantee you a trigger will happen because we already formed a deep anchor wave, which means the price will only go higher from here on out, right? Not exactly. So here's what I'm looking for on market Cipher. First off, I want to get a double bottom formation at this white box that I've drawn here. If we just go onto a lower time frame, such as the 5-minute chart, we can see that I want us to find support on this level right here at about 50k, 49.5k to about 49.3k. I need us to find support here, because if we don't, then we are 100% going to come back down to retest the 48k level. But here is the thing that I'm looking out for, which is I want a double bottom to form on 47.5k, 48k level. Because if we do get that double bottom, then that means this is the end of this correction. And remember what I said about the anchor waves not being the bottom. So here's what I mean. Usually you will form an anchor and then the trigger will be the bottom. Okay? And there are two scenarios that is likely during the formation of the trigger wave. The first of which is for the price to come back down to the 47k level, retest it, and then form a double bottom, almost like this. And then we are fully in bullish reversal mode. That is when you will buy aggressively into your altcoins. And talking about buying aggressively into altcoins, guys, before I went to bed last night, I gave 6 limit entries and they were quite conservative, right? It is almost like as if I was predicting this Bitcoin dump. And all 6 of these were very close to the bottom. And look, SNX is like my biggest snipe yet. I got 42% on SNX by calling the bottom, and it went up by 42% in 5 hours. And RSR, yeah, I'm just sniping bottoms all day and every day, man. If you guys are not in the Discord group, I need you to keep an eye out for the next intake, which will happen soon, maybe in the next week or 2. But if you guys are not in the Discord group, you are missing out, man. During the last dip, we were printing money so hard, and in this dip, we printed even harder. None of these people have lost any money during the dips because they were prepared. So if you just want someone to guide you through this market and learn the knowledge that you need to thrive in this market, you need to get into the Discord group, man. We have people making back their money in their day 1 even. But anyways, I digress. So back to Bitcoin. So 100% aggressively enter your altcoins at this level if we do form a double bottom. Once we get that double bottom confirmation, go in. Alright, it's pretty safe. I would say it's very safe. And if you do get in, you can just set a stop loss right below that level, perhaps at about 45.5k, and you're set. So that is scenario number 1. I want a double bottom to form at this level right here. I'm not saying that we will come back down to this level, but at the moment, 2 scenarios, right? First is a double bottom here, second is a double bottom here. So scenario number 3, which would also still be an anchor wave, is for the price to dip all the way to 43k, right? If we get to 43k, that is the bottom, okay? I'm calling it right now. That is the bottom. We are not going to go any lower than 43k, and I'll explain why. If we just go onto the daily chart, we can see that this 43k level right here is a 200-day exponential moving average. And if we just zoom all the way back, you can see that the last time we tested this 200-day EMA was all the way back in September of 2020, back when Bitcoin was still less than 10k, and we have not tested this 200-day EMA for quite a while. Now, am I saying that we will test this 200-day EMA? Not exactly, I'm just giving you a possibility. For now, we look for a double bottom at this level. That would 100% signify a bullish reversal, and we might be going back up if that is the case. So back onto the 4-hourly chart, if the price were to dump all the way back here, you will in fact still form a trigger wave on the 1-hourly chart, because sometimes the trigger wave can go way lower than the anchor wave prices. So the price could actually go all the way down to 43k and it would still be a trigger wave. But in this case, there will be bullish divergence because this anchor wave is deeper than this trigger wave, but the trigger wave has a lower price, which means the price is coming down, but the momentum is shifting up, which means that is another form of confluence that we have that 43k will be the bottom because we are going to get bullish divergence 100%. But I'm not saying we are going to get to that level. In fact, it does seem that Cipher momentum is already shifting up, and at least for the next day, maybe for the next 12 hours, we will be absolutely fine. Market should still be in recovery mode, and I don't believe that there will be that much selling pressure, right? It's been a tough week or 2, but what you need to do is you need to build those spot positions. A absolutely crazy altcoin season is going to be coming up, and you need to preserve your capital. Do not try to trade these markets right now. When Bitcoin is uncertain, the market is uncertain, you are just going to give all your capital back to the markets. This is not the time to be trading, right? We were supposed to buy the dips, and if you were in the private group, you would have bought the exact bottoms, right? I've been sniping so many entries, it's not even funny. Like, look, if you were just simply following me on my Twitter at _theartofcrypto, I gave you limit orders. You could have just bought these and you'd be fine, right? SNX, it went up to $22 from this point. You would have been fine. So follow me on Twitter if you have not already. So for now, be patient. If you missed this dip, I need you to get back in if Bitcoin ever comes back down to this level, right? When Bitcoin comes down to this level, your altcoins are going to do the same thing as well. When Bitcoin bounces, all your altcoins are going to bounce as well. So I need you to enter if Bitcoin gets to this level. But if not, 100% aggressively buy the 43k level. Put all your capital in at the 43k level. I guarantee you, in a month or 2, you are literally going to triple, quadruple your account size if you manage to get altcoins here. Because altcoin season has barely begun, my friend. You have not seen anything yet. So this ties back to what I said before. You need to be patient. There's so many people just FOMOing into the markets when Bitcoin was at resistance. Like, why? Why would you go long on altcoins when Bitcoin is at resistance and it's ranging? It doesn't even know what it wants to do. Market's uncertain. Why the hell are you going into your altcoins? Guys, be patient. I haven't been trading much for the last 2 weeks. I'm gonna be straight up with you guys. I've just been buying dips and riding them up. I haven't been doing much trading, and you shouldn't either. Because these kinds of market conditions, you are just going to give back all your capital to the markets. Just be patient. Market's always going to be here, but your capital isn't. Unless, of course, you have infinite capital, then it's another story. So, for now, those are the 3 scenarios. The first one is I want Bitcoin to form a double bottom here at this level right here at about 49.5k. Second, I want a double bottom at this level. And thirdly, we will come all the way down to 43k. But right now, it's still too early to tell. I'm just giving you possibilities. It's still too early to tell. But if we form a double bottom at either here, here, or here, that is the bottom, okay? Either one of these 3 scenarios, that is the bottom. You can go into your altcoins from then on. And guys, if you want to thrive in the markets, if you want to learn how to be a profitable trader, I need you to keep an eye out for my private group when I open it up again. It's not even been 2 weeks since I've opened up the group, and I have people paying off multiple months of rent just from the calls that I have given out. So I want you to comment dedication in the comment section below so that I know who are the dedicated people who are serious about their crypto education. So with that said, as usual, may the gains be with you, and I will be back to killing the markets in the private group, and peace.